I remember Facebook used to be a one-way static page. You can interact on the wall, but a lot of times, like you said, you would have how many siblings you got. Remember that little message underneath your picture? You can like write about who you are or whatever.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Like, you do that. You could do that. Your profile pic, siblings, family members, maybe a message about who you are. I had some corny shit like, yeah, I'm doing this for my mama. Said I'm in college now. We ain't got to struggle no more. The hell was I talking about?
But how we got introduced to Facebook? Well, I don't know. Tell me how you got introduced. How I got introduced.
Kill Latrice.
Shout out
That's
Kill.
Facebook mama right there. We was sitting down at we worked as building managers at Georgia State. So she was a desk attendant. I was a building manager.
You was a building manager.
So I had the keys, open up all the doors, set the rooms up. You know what I mean? I was over the set techs. Yeah, that was me. I was the nigga with the keys, jangling down the hallway.
Which building?
Both of them, Student Center and University Center. Well, they call it Student Center East now.
Is this at the Village?
That's Georgia State, the main campus.
You were the building?
Building manager, bro. It was a few of us. Me, but so my LB got me on as a building manager. But basically, if you were an alpha, you were a building manager. Like,
okay.
We all kind of got on at the same time. So our responsibilities consisted of opening the building on time, closing the building, making sure rooms are set up. Because, people had different like conferences and meetings. So we had to make sure the room configuration was consistent with what they asked for. Made sure that nobody was in the rooms doing stuff they weren't supposed to be doing. Because sometimes the doors would be unlocked. Making sure technology is available, like laptops, projectors. So, and then making sure we locked the building down at night. You know what I mean? And if we saw anything suspicious, we let security know.
Did you have access to the music studio?
Digital Aquarium, I did not. But I did have access to a few rooms like Golden Key Conference Room. It was Georgia State had a green room. So if they brought certain guests, they had a room like basically like a little mini hotel. They had a shower in the back. Had a TV in there. So yeah, I had access to a few areas in the student center that nobody was privy to.
So Kia came.
Yep.
And she was like, check this out.
Yeah, we were sitting at the desk, man. It was a slow day. I had my laptop doing some work, and we were just talking. She was like, "You on Facebook?" I was like, man, you know how.
But you had heard about it?
I ain't never heard about it. Okay. No, I did, because I was trying to play it out like, man, I'm too P for that. You know what I'm saying? Facebook, get out of here, man. Because I think about Black Planet and all that. I don't need a page. This is what I do. She was like, why are you finna get on Facebook? She took my laptop, logged me in, and made me a profile.
That is hilarious.
Made me a profile.
Because her line sister, shout out Dior Williams.
Dior.
She did the same thing to me. In my college dorm room, she came to...
Dior is her profile. Dior crossed the same year I crossed. She crossed the same year I crossed. She crossed before Kia.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah. Because Follow 3. Hey, I remember passing Dior on them nights. Shout out.
Yeah, because she was my next door neighbor. So I used to see her, having to take the steps.
We don't know nothing about that, Dior. We don't know nothing about that.
Having to take the steps. And so I just remember her coming to the room, boom, 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 boom. You on Facebook? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I think it's February 2005, something like that.
Yeah.
2006, somewhere around there. And then she like, I'm like, nah. She like, you can find anybody you went to school with on here.
Yep.
Now, anybody know me? I don't give a damn about anybody I went to school with. I'm sorry. I was already cool with the people I was cool with out of school.
Right.
But it was kind of cool to reconnect.
Yeah.
So I was on it. She signed me up with school, Callaway High School, blah, blah, blah. Then I started seeing more people in college.
Right.
That I saw on campus.
It was 4 people in college. You had to have a college email to even get access to the website.
Right. So that may have been the deciding factor for me was like, well, I do want to see how other people's college experiences are.
Right.
So she ended up doing that. I ended up falling in love. Anytime that I can I don't even want to say interact, but be creative and kind of post my thoughts, whether it be through pictures, videos, a post, a status, a reply on a message board, I'm always kind of down to do that.
Yeah.
And I came from the chat rooms.
Chat room.
Where you got your shit off. But the thing in those chat rooms, you can't see nobody.
Right.
So you don't know you talk to a man, dude, 12-year-old, 38, you know,
it's really Russian roulette.
Yeah, so, but that was that was kind of early internet of where I knew, folks just talking crazy.
Yeah, right.
Another reason I don't take internet serious.
Yeah.
So I just, from early on, I never took the internet any type of serious because it was something you logged on and then you logged off and did your real life.
Did your real life. Yeah, it was the same thing with me with Napster. Like, you be downloading songs and I remember one time, I'm gonna get back to Facebook, but I remember one time I was downloading a song. This guy had like a T1 connection or something like that. And I was like, bro, why I keep starting over? He was like, quit trying to download me. We just going back and forth. We cussing each other out, bro. I was like, yeah, bro, this ain't serious. We ain't gonna never see each other. But to your point about Facebook, brother, I fell in love with that first iteration of Facebook, like when it was like a one-way static page. You could interact on the wall, that was it. But in terms of just like pure connection, people reaching out to you to figure out what's going on your campus. Like, for instance, I had a girl hit me up like, you know, me and my homegirls coming down to Georgia State, coming down to Atlanta next weekend. Where the clubs at?
Yeah.
And this ain't no bot. This ain't no fake ad pay. This a real person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, or say, for instance, you may have seen a girl in passing on the shuttle or something like that. You like, damn, I'm see if I can find her. You know what I mean? Like, and you back then, bro, I don't think y'all understood the amount of shots taken that were going on Facebook back then from both genders.
That's a fact.
Everybody talking about, hey, folks shooting shots these days. Nah, y'all wasn't shooting shots like 2005 Facebook.
I think that's why we all migrated to MySpace even easier, because it's like, oh, you can really shoot shots.
You can really shoot shots on MySpace.
You can see when they online.
Yes.
You can see when they open the stuff and seeing what you sent. So it was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Facebook was about connection back then, man. It wasn't about sensationalizing stuff and trying to, you know, push your argument on somebody or, you know, confirm your biases. It was about true connection, true friendship. And then all of a sudden, when they switched over to a monetization model, it just all hell broke loose, brother.
Before the monetization, and when they kind of opened it up, I guess, as part of the monetization, I feel like when he first established it, it's a certain age demographic because you got a college email. Yeah. So it's going to be between 18, 24 maybe.
Yeah.
And then y'all kind of grow together. Yes. And I think like once we graduated college, or, you know, even becoming more senior in college, you started shifting to MySpace because it's more for the outside world.
Yes, everyone has access.
But when you release Facebook for, it doesn't matter, mom, pop, child, whomever, now you got a mixed bag of opinions. You got people critiquing what you're saying. Oh, my son doing that? Or look at what your son doing.
Right,
blah, blah. It's like, why is you, first of all, y'all wouldn't even know vibes. We weren't doing none of this.
None of this.
We don't need y'all in here parenting. Did you see what they did? Well, nobody was doing none of that.
You might want to be careful what you say. Hey, babe, I've been doing this since 2005, babe.
We've been doing this.
You just got in the picture.
Right.
You know what I mean? You think you want to say that? I remember I posted one time, I said, if your picture ain't got 17 years on the corner, you can't tell me what to say on my page, bro.
That's a fact.
I got things that come up. You remember this picture from 18 years ago? Yeah, you can't tell me nothing.
No.
I've been on this thing.
Yeah, since the beginning.
Since the beginning, bro. Like, and to your point about that, man, it's like, I didn't think about it in those terms. It was a cohort model. Like, we all came in this thing together.
Mm-hmm.
And even like, when you put your college on there, that meant something.
Right.
That was like the Georgia State cohort. Like, we all know each other. We all connected. You know what I'm saying? You might know somebody from Mercer. It was even highlight. It was a hyperlink.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, so those things meant something. When you had your college in your profile, those were your connections. You know what I mean? We kind of lost all aspects of what Facebook was supposed to be.
And they numbered emotions and arguments, no vibes.
None.
If you try to holler at somebody, they act like you just some folks. But it became a issue hollering at people. You know, people stay out my DM. You remember that era? Stay out my inbox. I mean, you probably never got that.
And that's what it was for back then. That's what I'm saying. Everybody talking about how, you know, shot shooting and all that. I'm like, bro, you wasn't on Facebook during the time we was on Facebook.
That's how you knew about the parties at those colleges. You could invite them to parties at your place. It was a real nice time. And I feel like once we let the elders at the time get in, who weren't who weren't used to any of that stuff. Like now that we're becoming older, I don't think are we considered elders yet?
We considered, for lack of a better phrase, middle management.
We just grown.
We done grown.
We just real grown.
With a perspective now.
I think us having that as our kind of foundation, we're always gonna be more accepting of new technology, new ways to connect, new ways to communicate. Mm-hmm. And I think we free-spirited in that way, whereas, baby boomers and maybe some of the older Gen X kind of know it as one way.
Yeah.
Like you said, black playing, that's all I know. That's all I'm about to do. That was the extent for some folks.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do no more than this.
That's it. That's all I can do.
Yeah. So
I like what you said about, again, to your point about the cohort model. You also had different levels of intellect getting access to Facebook. Like you said, those opinions become, the feelings and emotions associated with those opinions overtake fact. So everybody thinks their perspective matters.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it doesn't. Take that shit somewhere else. There's no research. There's no factual evidence to corroborate what you're saying. You just out here talking. And also, a lot of people are not intentionally seeking out other perspectives. That's what critical thinking is to me. Critical thinking is not thinking deeply, so to speak. It's about looking at other perspectives and critiquing those perspectives and even taking some of those viewpoints and examining those viewpoints to see, maybe they do have a point. Let me look that up. Let me see. And then you synthesize that. That's what critical thinking is, bro. It's a synthesis.
And to your point, and to add on that, I think critical thinking is also seeing it from another vantage point.
Yeah.
And being able to argue that vantage point.
Yep.
Like, even if you don't agree with it, you should be able to argue why somebody would agree with it. Absolutely. If you're really trying to fully get a full picture of what we're talking about.
Yep. And again, if you can also take those viewpoints and synthesize and create new knowledge.
Yeah.
Create a new perspective. That's what it's supposed to be. But again, it's all about confirmation bias. I want to go on people's pages that agree with my viewpoint. I don't care what nobody else got to say on that side. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to run with whatever we talking about. And that ain't thinking.
Speaking of thinking and viewpoints and schools and colleges and things of that nature.
Yeah.
There was a recent debate sparked around, I guess, dress codes at HBCUs. I don't know a lot about it because I never attended the HBCU, so I felt like it was not my place to even try to comment because I don't know the culture. Mm-hmm. But I do know that the gist of it, maybe you can elaborate a little further, the gist of it was basically at Tuskegee, that they were no longer allowing bonnets and durags in the college classroom.
Yeah.
And it may be some additional items associated with it, but I do know that there was some outrage poured out, largely by the Black community, which we don't be outraged about nothing important. We be outraged about clothes.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this? And maybe tell me a little bit more about what goes into this and kind of your perspective on it.
As an emerging scholar practitioner, bro, it'll be dishonest of me to completely say one side is right, one side is wrong. To the last point we just made, we have to look at multiple perspectives and understand why somebody may feel the way that they feel. Like you said, we should be able to argue both sides.
Right.
I understand, like, a lot of people saying it's steeped in respectability politics and performing for the white gaze. You know what I mean? I understand that perspective because of the system of white supremacy and what we're involved in. I'm just speaking in terms of our experience. I'm not, that's just where I'm speaking from. But so I understand that. It's like, y'all doing this because, you think maths are gonna do this. I'm just like, okay, I understand that because of our history in this country and certain people associate a particular image with success and being passive. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I've shifted my perspective. Like, I used to think like that in 2013. That was my mind state. The whole thing about they were hanging us in suits. They were shooting us in suits. They were beating us and our son their best. I was talking like that in 2013. It's on Facebook. It's just documented. You type my name in and type something in like that, you'll see it. I've been talking like that. But, there's a point in time when your perspective shifts, right? We call that transformational learning. We adopt certain perspectives based on new information. Like, damn, you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe it ain't all about that. You know what I'm saying? Now I look at the situation differently. So to me, now is about having respect for yourself. It ain't about performing for the white gaze. Case in point, everybody keep talking about Dr. King and they killed him. He was in a suit. Dr. King told y'all he was gonna die a few times. He knew he was gonna die. That didn't stop him from putting on a suit. He wasn't doing that for white folks. That was about his dignity. That was about his cultural upbringing and what he was steeped in. You know, that's what they did. They put their Sunday's best on. And you also got to think about it from a perspective of resistance. You know, if you read history back in the day, a lot of white folks didn't want black folk dressing up. They didn't want you to feel good about yourself. As soon as you put something on that signified some type of wealth or some type of dignity and self-respect, they got mad at you. You get cussed out for dressing up. You know what I mean? So putting on those type of clothes were a form of resistance. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Right. So it wasn't always about doing this because white folks gonna think I'm gonna be this way. Sometimes it's just about you feeling good about yourself. Lil Kiki said something. I'm gonna bring this in. Lil Kiki said something on Instagram. He said, what happened to being a player? You know, just getting up, looking good, putting clothes on, ain't got nothing to do with what everybody else think. It's about how you feel about yourself. You know what I mean? Like, at some point, we got to institute a mindset that activates a sense of dignity. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with white folks. We doing this because we want to feel good about who we are. And I give you another example. I remember one time, and shout out to my chapter, GQ Zeta Mu, Alpha Phi Alpha. I remember one time, we had a retreat, and we tried to do the retreat in regular clothes. I'm in there with a tall tee on, tall short. And we couldn't get nothing done, bro. Because when we looking at each other, we're not taking each other serious in a sense. You know what I mean? you know what I'm saying? Like our mind just wasn't. It was like, bro, we ain't get nothing done. So we had to cancel the retreat and push it back. That next week we came in suits, bro. I'm telling you, we hitting every point. We don't because the perspective, the mindset has shifted. We're activated. So that particular incident taught me that matters in a sense. No matter how shallow or how superficial one may perceive it, it matters how you perceive someone else. It was easier to communicate with that person. It was easier to either disagree or agree, debate your point, because you're looking at somebody else from the perspective of he could have handled business too. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it ain't always got nothing to do with white folks. Sometimes it's about yourself.
So I didn't really see it. Like I said, I didn't dive too far into it because I was like, this kind of out of my league. But from my understanding, for me the difference between I kind of agree. Bonnets, I'm conflicted here because I remember showing up to Georgia State University, realizing that I could wear durags. I didn't realize it. But when I realized that you could, it made me more comfortable learning because I was into something that I was comfortable in.
Right.
I felt good about it. You know, and I don't know if the dress code there requires them to dress up. I don't know what that is. Is it a uniform? Do they have to have the shirt tucked in? Or is it just don't have durags and bonnets on?
That's it.
That ain't nothing. If that's it, we could get over that. You could take that off for a class period. I know I did learn better understanding that, I don't have to worry about having my hair braided properly. I think girls feel a lot better. I already know just growing up with black women, hair care is big for them.
Yeah.
So now versus them being able to just go over to class, absorb the knowledge, and pass and excel, which I know that I was able to do it with a do-rag on.
Yeah.
Now they got to spend another 45 minutes to make sure their hair is laid properly,
right,
just to go learn what they was going to learn anyway. Like, to me, that's the only kind of pushback I have with it, is like, how does this affect how I learn and internalize the information that you're presenting me? Now, if there's a thing where it's like, you have to present in front of class today, I understand, like, no durags. You got to put on a shirt and tie and act as if you're presenting in front of a CEO or CFO or whomever or teacher. I understand those things because it's all performative anyway.
Right.
If you think about what they're preparing you for is to perform at a job in the real world. And I think if you have those allotted areas and times to demonstrate the understanding of that concept, I think that's fine too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my only pushback with it is how does that impact how I learn stuff? And I can tell you for myself personally, I was way more comfortable knowing that I didn't have to have my hair braided to the nines every time I stepped foot on campus to go into a classroom, especially at an 8 a.m. class, especially having to take Panther or the MARTA bus to the train and walk to school, and I could just walk in and sit down and get my knowledge. So that was my only pushback on it. I do agree with, like you said, like, first of all, I never thought that taking it off or dressing up was for white people. I think to your point, like with Dr. Martin Luther King, you put on Sunday's best, you put on, and at the time, civil rights and even previously, a shirt, tie, a blazer, that's going to be the best you got.
Yeah.
So you're going to put that on to show up.
Yep.
So the other part about it, though, is that these HBCUs cost an arm and a leg. And I also feel like y'all know that. And we also know that these HBCUs, let's be for real, are backed by white people. So I do see where somebody who's hard-nosed and standing on black shit would push back at every other little thing that keeps creeping in that makes it more like everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I said it's important for us to understand both perspectives. You know what I mean? I understand and I get it. But I don't think the president of Tuskegee had white folks on his mind when he said, you know what, man, we're gonna switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, to be honest, he saw how y'all niggas was acting. Take that shit off. This ain't the 2001 Nelly video. Like, take them bonnets off. Because it don't bother me, but, you know, it bothers a lot of people to see people with their hair wrapped up in the grocery store. Like, it don't bother me. You shopping.
Yeah, you shopping, yeah.
But to me, I also think if we're raising people to be adults, you got to be accountable for your decisions. So if you show up like that and you don't get nothing done because you got on tall tee, you don't need to wear a tall tee then.
Tall
you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's how you learn who you are.
And I think it's also about context and decorum. Like, yeah, you know, when you outside, bro, you ain't supposed to be in no pajamas.
That's a fact.
What are we doing? Like, that's all he was saying. Like, don't wear your nighttime clothes outside today. That's all he was saying, bro.
I ain't mad at him. Salute, for real.
Cornell made a good point. She was like, you know, you wearing your pajamas, you sit down in a desk. You know how many folks sat down in that desk? You gonna take that back to your bed?
I'm gonna be honest. Even when I work from home, I can't work in my pajamas.
Me either.
I may at the minimum have on pajama bottoms, but I'm definitely putting on a polo shirt.
Yeah. So to your point, man, when I'm writing papers, like for my program, and I'm doing work, I have to get dressed. Because I have to put myself in the mindset I'm going to work. Even though I'm going to the next room, my little office, whatever. I'm putting on some clothes.
It still work, yeah.
You know, because it still work. Because it's putting me in the mindset that I got to focus, that I'm up, I'm just not at the house. You know, sometimes I even take my work and go somewhere. You know what I mean? And get fully dressed. Because it's a mindset thing, bro. So I feel like it's not a big deal. To your point, it is a lot of money. You know, so that could bring an argument of, you can't tell me what to do and I'm paying you $70,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get that. But, you know, those particular colleges, HBCUs in general, are about correction as well. State schools like Georgia State, whatever.
Yeah.
But like when the HBCU, you buying into a system. You're buying into a system of values, right? A culture. So if that's what it is, that's what it is.
Yeah. If that's what it is, that's what it is. That's a fact.
Hey, Morris Brown, bro, you better not wear a hat in that building. They'll snatch that hat off your head at Morris Brown. Now, I don't know about this Morris Brown, but when I was in like 2001, 2002, you coming out with a fitted on, sir. Take that hat off, sir. Christ can't shine on your head.
I'm not even mad because that era, we was looking wild.
Oh, boy. Yeah, tall tees, everything.
I see how white folk were scared of us. And I apologize. Because at my age today, if I saw a pack of niggas that looked how we was looking.
Nightgown shirts.
Yeah. Y'all got it, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all got it.
Yeah,
So I do understand. I understand.
Yeah.
I ain't mad.
I ain't mad at
Take
you.
the bonnets off, man.
Take that. Take the do-rag off. Wrap it up at night.
Shifting gears a little bit, man. I want to talk a little bit about video games.
Yes, sir.
The reason being is I know we got a real busy fourth quarter coming with Grand Theft Auto, which is going to break the bank. We got Modern Warfare 4, which I'm a super, super avid fan of. We got, of course, the standard 2K coming out, the Madden coming out.
Wolverine.
Whole lot of games. Oh, yeah, Wolverine. They got a Michael Myers.
Oh, yeah.
Halloween?
I saw that.
They got all of these games. I play video games, but I'm not an avid video game player the way I thought I would be. Yeah. I thought when I grew up, all I was going to do was play video games.
Yeah.
So I do play them, but I play particularly Call of Duty for various reasons. I really want to talk about the advantages of adults playing video games. I know you made the comments before where you're like, I'm never going to stop playing video games no matter how old I get. And it got me thinking about it, and I want to talk to you about it because, you know, there's always this backlash about, you know, you're too old to be playing video games, and, you know, women hate when the PS5 beep and things like that. And I really want to talk about the benefits that I've gotten from constantly playing video games as an adult. For starters, one, typically when I'm playing, my game of choice is often Call of Duty. I do like playing Call of Duty a lot because you're looking for, it's strategy involved. Once you learn the maps, I play multiplayer a lot. Once you learn the maps, you got to implement strategy. You got to start kind of understanding the ranges of your weapons. You got to start looking at line of sight, what you can see. You can set your controller up to how fast you want to see.
Right.
How fast you want to look vertically, horizontally, any of those directions. You got to start using strategy as far as how to win against opponents. I also play my video games standing up. If I weren't playing video games, I'd likely be sitting down, you know, chilling. I wouldn't be having rapid eye movement, trying to focus on different things. It's allowing me to concentrate. It's allowing me to interact with people that are not in my, you know, local circle to kind of understand like how they play the game, how they interpret the game. These are all things that I wouldn't get not playing video. If I was sitting around watching TV, I wouldn't get any of this kind of dexterity, this sort of mental gymnastics, this strategy that I'm having to employ. I wouldn't do any of these things. And to be honest, I think it's made me sharper as an individual. Also, it allows me to vent out frustration. You know, like I said, if I'm playing Call of Duty, these people are trying to kill me.
Right. Warrior instincts.
And I'm trying to kill them. So it allows me to get that off without actually having to physically exert that in some, manifest that in some real world, you know, way where it's actually physically harming somebody or thinking that, oh, this is just like the video game, let me go pop this person. Understanding there's real world ramifications for that.
Yeah.
What's kind of your perspective on why you play video games and what you see?
Same thing you just said.
Oh, yeah.
So there's peer-reviewed literature that'll corroborate what you're saying. So we got cognitive abilities increase, motor skills increase, critical thinking skills increase. All to your point about reading the map, understanding the map and, you know, its nooks and crannies, and then what strategies do I utilize to come out on top? You understand what I'm saying? Like, all that is that's multiple processes happening at one time. And I feel like, not even I feel like, the literature says that you can transfer those skills into other areas, right? Outside of their natural context. Those skills happen in the context of games, but you can take that to work. You're doing that at work. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so absolutely. Video games also help me strategize on other stuff. So it's like a peripheral strategy going on as I'm playing. Like, I may have something going on. Like, say, for instance, I'm about to write a paper. I'll play the video game just to get my mind going. As I'm playing subconsciously, I'm thinking about how I'm going to format this paper.
Allows you to think too, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Space to think, yeah.
Yeah, you know, so it's like video games, to me, man, like, and I'm going to say, I know I'm kind of going off topic, but they don't hit the same like they used to.
Absolutely not. That's why I don't play them as much.
Yeah, I know I kind of switched gears, but video games, they do offer those skills you just said, man, but it's something about trying to jump that cliff on Mario.
It's embedded in our spirit.
You know what I mean? It's something from running from that hot ass sun.
Yeah.
On Mario 3.
Yeah.
That just got your emotions sky high.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I ain't threw a controller since '92. You know what I'm saying? Like the game don't even get me mad no more. Like,
you get on Call of Duty.
Yeah,
you throw one. I think when I think about video games, again, it's just like I've employed strategies that people probably don't even know that I'm doing to win.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really, really good at Call of Duty, right? So, like, my brother can vouch. He'll see me. I'm putting up numbers. I'm number one on the team. Yeah. Top 3 for the most.
I came in here and saw you.
Yeah. I'm like,
your door trying to get in. I'm looking in the window. Call of Duty.
Like, I'm really good like that. Yeah. But I got strategies that I don't even think other people even know going on. Like, so, like, if I'm not killing as much as I should be, or they may just be better at murdering me in this particular game. Yeah. There's other strategies that I employ that we can still win with. For instance, if I know that I'm constantly getting whooped, I'll stay out the way because I know what they're going to do to the map. The respawn point's going to change if I'm over here hiding. That way I stop causing deaths on my team. They're allowed to keep killing, and they're looking for one less person. Right. So I'm reorganizing the whole map by being out the way.
Right.
That's a strategy I don't know people even would think about just chilling. Another strategy, kind of in that same vein, I'll just start causing random noise to draw them to me. So the other team can now circle around and get them.
Gotcha.
And so it may look like you're not killing nobody, but they killing folks on the team because it's a team game.
It's a team game.
And I understand that. So, like, how to work with a team, I think, is another thing that I keep being able to exercise just playing the video games.
And another thing about video games is humans program video games. So you're understanding human nature. Like, I understand when niggas playing games with me in real life. Because I know how it is when you're trying to be the boss on a game, how they play with you.
Yeah. So
I take those same situations and I apply to real life. Like, you playing with me. Because I know how Mega Man used to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what you're doing because humans program games and they playing games with you. They trying to beat you. It's the same thing in real life. You understand human nature to an extent. That's why I play games on hard.
You told me about that. That's crazy. Because I mean, outside of like playing online, I'm typically playing the game on normal or easy. Because I want to see what the developer wanted the game to be. And I want to enjoy it. Yeah. I hate getting stuck on a map and can't beat it. I might not ever play the game again.
But me and my son, we play games on the hardest difficulty possible, bro. We're trying to see every strategy and tactic you're willing to use and how far you're willing to go to stop me.
You know, them early Nintendo games,
it was just hard by default.
You damn near can't beat them without a code.
Boy.
So I think that's probably why it got in my head.
Right.
Nigga, I want to be able to beat some of these games. And I used to only could play video games on the weekend.
Yeah.
So we had to rent the game. I ain't got time to be struggling. I'm going to get through this. Yeah. So I think that, now that I think about it, that's probably where that comes from.
But you know, Nintendo, to your point, if it was certain games you put on easy, you only got to level 5.
And
it was like, you got to play on medium. Yeah. Like Double Dragon was like that.
Play on normal, nigga.
Yeah, you got to play on
the rest
warrior.
Of it. Yeah. Because sometimes they made it easy, too easy. It'd be like one opponent every 5 seconds.
Yeah. He blinked. That's it.
Now you just playing with, you're not even really playing the game.
You're not.
So I do understand those things. And it's like, but playing on extra difficult, nah. Not without no code. Not without no invincibility cheat.
Yeah. But let me tell you, man, like watching my son play games, bro, it's crazy how just watching somebody younger kind of move into their prime in terms of video games. Mm-hmm. You know about Souls games, right?
No.
Souls games are like these difficult games where the gameplay is based on like you kill somebody, you collect souls.
Okay.
But they're hard because the parrying, the defense, all that, you got to time it correctly. The bosses are very strategic. They're some of the hardest games ever. So we play Souls games, right? So we play a game called Sekiro.
Okay.
Legends, what is it? Legends Die Twice, whatever. Sekiro, one of the hardest Souls games ever, bro. When I tell you my boy, I be like the way he be moving, bro, like the way he understands game. That's why I was like, that's why I know you smart.
Yeah.
You know, like playing video games shows that level of intelligence. And people don't understand that. That's a level of intellect that we take for granted. Like, you gotta know how to do certain things. Like you said, when to employ certain strategies, when to hit a button, the correct timing.
Well, you said something then when you said about everything you just said just really took me to a time of like some of the earlier games where, you know, we used to go to the store, look at the strategy magazine, get the code, remember it. So we working on memorization.
Yep.
Make sure we put it in right. Start unlocking stuff. We took the game apart. Like whatever you could do, and we looking for Easter eggs, any type of code, any type of secret back room. Yep. You want to see all parts of the game. And I think like that was that discovery piece, just the inquisitive piece.
Yep. Your friends got the code. You and your friends at the lunch table passing the codes back and forth.
How you beat him? Oh yeah, I just swept him like 10 times.
Like 10 times. You know what I mean? Like, hey, what board you make it to?
Yeah, what board,
I was almost stuck on 5. You got to get this. You got to go down right here. Yeah. And once he go, then you can do it. Like, I miss that aspect of gaming, bro.
Yeah. And I think like, almost like with streaming, a couple people played the same games, but back then you got exposure to a variety of different games because you go to your friends' house, they had different games than you. Same way with music. You may have these CDs, but they got these CDs. Yep. Now everybody can kind of get the same things, or they only want to play what they're gonna play.
Yeah.
They call it gun and ball crew. Everybody play 2K and Call of Duty.
Yeah.
That's what most niggas do.
I've been buying a lot of indie games, man.
I love the indie games.
Yeah, I'm buying a lot of games that folks ain't really messing with, or, you know, they on sale. Like you said, them KB Toys R Us, $19.99. I give me a $20 game.
Man, what?
Them be the ones.
Man, I'm telling you. And like, just thinking about games again, I really just miss the drop of it, like looking at the back of a game cover all the way home,
reading the book, smelling the book. Remember, the second games had a certain smell to them?
Like this about to be a fire game. Now, in that same vein, it's over for the Nintendo.
It's over?
It's over, dog.
It's about the Switch?
No, the old NES Nintendo Entertainment System.
Hell yeah, I'm tired of folks trying to bring that back.
Outside of what you said, Mario 3, the classic, Castlevania, Double Dragon. 20 minutes tops, and we done.
And we're done.
I don't want to play that.
We done, bro. I remember I had an emulator on my laptop, bro. I was going through all of them. I was like, bro, this is trash.
I got an emulator now. Don't ever play. I probably play it once a year.
What was I thinking about?
I mean, like, the games were fun, but it's like, why? I remember growing up, moving from the Nintendo to the Sega Genesis and saying, wow, this got 3 buttons.
You're right.
So why do I want to go keep playing a 2-button game?
2-button game. And they got more colors. The sprite's bigger.
They got more colors.
You know what I'm saying? The music sound better.
And then we get a Super NES. Then we got a PlayStation.
I'm not going back. But the first time I cut on Sonic, the Christmas of 91, and it said, Sega. Nintendo was over.
It was over.
It talked.
It's over.
It said something to me.
They said that little audio piece took up down there the whole cartridge.
I believe it.
Yeah.
It had a little tune in the back. And they sang the Sega. It was over.
Yes,
I went crazy when I heard that.
Man, I saw that game in Toys R Us. Dad, I gotta have that. Sega. I don't want nothing else. Sega Genesis.
You know what else is missing now? I think we've reached the pinnacle.
What's that?
Leaps.
What's that?
When they made leaps. I ain't seen a leap since PS4. I mean, the best leap I've ever seen was Xbox 360 and PS3. I love that leap.
I agree. Yeah.
Man, let me tell you something. I remember I was in the room at Georgia State in the Alpha chapter room. I was a building manager.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Going back to what I was saying, I was on duty, but I had my PlayStation in the room. I was playing NBA 2K6 on PS2. My homeboy Mitchell, was it Mitchell? I think it was Mitchell. It was either Mitchell or somebody else. It was a set tech. He brought his Xbox 360 to Georgia State. He brought it up to the building. He hooked it up on a projector. And everybody, somebody knocked on my door like, bro brought the Xbox 360. I'm playing 2K6 now. I'm like, okay, cool. Bro, when I tell you he had that game on, bro, the nigga was sweating. I unplugged my PlayStation 2, bro. I sat in my chat room for 3 hours trying to figure out how I'm going to work, how many hours I'm going to work so I can buy me an Xbox 360, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I ain't never seen somebody dunk and sweat come off. You know what I mean? The amount of detail, bro, the slow motion, the instant replay. I'm like, bro, this game is fire, bro.
Which game was it, you remember?
It was 2K6.
2K6.
On 360. I was playing 2K6 on the PS2 just like 5 minutes before.
I was on NBA Live still back then.
Bruh. I seen an instant comparison. Like, okay, I'm playing 2K6. I'm gonna put this on pause.
Yeah.
Go ahead, see what they talking about. I came back, I unplugged it. I turned it off. I was like, bro, I ain't playing no more. I can't play no more, bro. It's over. I spent the whole day trying to figure out how I'm gonna get this Xbox 360, bro. Got a refund check. That next week, me and Skinny Kenny went to GameStop, got me an Xbox 360 arcade edition with no hard drive for $199, bro, and 2K.
That's all you wanted to play?
That's all I wanted to play, bro. He was sweating.
Man.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a Dreamcast?
Yeah, I had a Dreamcast. Now, I'll take that. Damn. Why you do me like that, dope? I think Dreamcast right up there with the Elite.
You since 82. I knew you had a Dreamcast.
Dreamcast got to be up there with the Elite.
They say that? That's the one?
Yeah. When I played Soul Calibur Christmas Day and I saw them breathing.
Soul Calibur crazy.
When I saw them breathing, the air was kind of like, bro, this is crazy. Sonic Adventure, NBA 2K, the first one. Yeah, I think Xbox 360 and Dreamcast got the best leaps in terms of graphical fidelity. I'm like, bro, I ain't never seen this before. This is crazy.
Are you interested in the PS6?
No, because I think we've reached the pinnacle of graphics
for right now, right?
I think period.
I don't think so, because have you seen like some of the AI renderings of like how games could look?
I have.
I mean, like, because we got to think like these systems are built, but they're not. You're not getting the best
you can get.
From
the architecture they have,
right?
Yeah. Okay, so to that point, I would say this. I think I'm at a point where games are too real.
Okay.
I call this the 2K effect.
Yeah.
Because remember, we came up Magic Johnson fast break. Double dribble. We wanted to be the niggas like, man, I wish I could go through the door with him. I wish I could go through the door and see what's in the locker room. You remember that?
Nigga,
my brother used to be in the screen like.
My brother used to laugh at me because I used to take Magic Johnson fast break and ride him by the bench like he got to wipe the sweat off.
Hey, bro, I used to do something like that. Like, what if I run by the coach?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna dap me up.
Or tell me to go get away from him or something.
You know what I'm saying? But we got all that now. It's like, you feel me? Like, we got it now, you know? And a lot of folks, they complain, like, give you a perfect example, bro. Remember when 2K14 started doing the sideline reporting?
Yes.
I was, bro.
Yeah, you could respond. Yeah.
Loved it. All the Gen Z niggas. Why you look like a robot? Why you look like that? Bro, do you not understand how long we've been waiting on this, bro? Everything got to be so perfect now.
Yeah.
Because it's so real.
Yeah.
So everything has to be on point. You know what I mean? Like, he's shooting a free throw, the camera all up on the graphics look awesome. Why his eye look like that? What's wrong with him? Why he look like he a robot? What's going on with it? Bro, everything ain't got to be perfect, bro. You got to understand, I came from Lakers versus Celtics.
I don't understand people that act like, where does that come from kids? Because
they ain't used to nothing, bro. They ain't see the struggle. We was in the struggle.
But like, I feel like, okay, what you're saying is they were already just introduced to this.
Yeah, they came in at high level, high fidelity graphics. They came in on that era.
But I push back on that because I'm like, I look at this all the time on YouTube. Like, I would go say I got a Sega Genesis, but guess what? I still have my Tiger Electronic handheld game that ain't got none of the graphics.
But we came from that though.
But it's still fun though,
right? Because we came from that. I was playing Tiger before Nintendo. So we understood that. They ain't trying to hear that, bro. When when your first game 2K14, you know what I'm saying, compared to our first game with double dribble,
yeah, you
they're
can't.
not gonna understand the struggle. They're not gonna appreciate the leaps and bounds we've made. Like I appreciate that, bro. I had fun playing Super Tecmo basketball,
right,
on Nintendo.
Any basketball,
You know what I'm saying? Any basketball
jam
game.
it,
Jam it. Shut up and jam. Barkley. You know what I'm saying? Jordan versus Bird on Nintendo. Like, we saw the struggle, so we appreciate whatever. It don't matter to us. You know what I mean? Like, I remember playing Madden, you throw the ball, and it be all the way up in the air, and you know, you got 3 windows you got to choose from the pass. Like, I seen that, bro. So, like, they don't appreciate that. Like, I try to play a sight bike with my son.
You can't do it.
But we were done in 2 minutes.
That's crazy.
His favorite game was Spider-Man 1 at the time.
But my thing is, if it's fun, it's fun.
Yeah, they did. But the stimulation is so different now. It's more immersive.
And I was always interested in what the older generation had.
Mm-hmm.
I just like stuff like that. I remember I had a teacher in 7th grade, rest in peace. He let us bring games in one day, and he brought in some he had the old electronic football game, had the dots on it.
Yeah, you're right.
My
nephew had that. My nephew had actually played that. You're right.
I mean, like, I knew it wasn't a Nintendo, it wasn't a Sega, but it's just like, hey, this fun though. This is cool.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to replace anything. I think with Gen Z, it got to be either this or it ain't
working. Like I had an electronic football board. Like, I had one of those. Like
you see that in the criminal catalog.
They vibrate. You know what I mean?
I see in the criminal catalog. You circle it.
I had. You know what I'm saying? That was fun. You feel me? Like, and I had that same electronic. My nephew had that game. It beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we had fun with it. But yeah, like you said, this generation, it's very dichotomous. Like, it's either this or that.
Yeah.
And, you know, they ain't no in between, brother.
Yeah. A little bit off of video games and all of that fun stuff. There's this illusion of time where, you know, I think you mentioned in the past where it's like, you know, time can be really, really long. It can be really, really short. Which to me just kind of lets me know that time is really more of an illusion and not more of and it's not a real definite thing. Like, we use different measures to try to mark it so that it makes sense for our human minds and for us to organize thought, organize events, things like that amongst humans. But like, I think when you think about the essence of what is time, it's really not what we think it is. Because we talk about it all the time about like people aging out and people 40 that think they 20. People that are 40 think they 40 and it's over. To me, that's all of your perspective of what time is. Mm-hmm. I look at 40, I'm 42 now, but I just say 40 is kind of that earmark. Because I think after 40, nobody cares. 40, 42, you all the same again. Same way I believe if you under 40, you 22 and up, y'all in the same. Nobody give a fuck. Yep. But we often talk about what you would tell. Well, the question always goes out like, what would you tell yourself 10 years ago? What would you tell your 18-year-old self, the kid you? And it's like, I believe time is not constructed in the way that most humans see it. To me, you're the same person. So that 8-year-old you is still in you.
Right.
You just been in this space where they mark time differently, and now you're no longer 8. I want to know, what do you, Franco, tell yourself today? Because I know there's a voice in your head going off. It's no point in talking to the 18-year-old you, because you said you don't even do that. So what do you tell yourself now?
Man, you know, so you remember that was that an EP we did, or like it was like 2 or 3 songs?
We didn't do so much.
I had a skit and I said, what would you tell your 18-year-old self? And I was like, nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. He doesn't have the intellectual capacity to even understand what life is at 42 or 43. You know what I mean? Like, just keep living.
Mm-hmm.
Tables turn. You know what I mean? So I guess this is me telling, right? So tables turn, peaks and valleys, ups and downs.
So, I mean, like, on the day-to-day, are you living for the future you? The you that wish he knew what he knows now? Or like how do you construct time in your mind?
Because if you think about the concept of time, if you read the book Urugu, Urugu talks about how time was used as a marker of technology and advancement. Right, that's what time was originally designed for, to measure technological advancement. But really, so they made time linear.
Right.
And time, like to your point, time is not a linear construct. It's all over. You know what I mean? I'm measuring time by how much work I'm putting in towards my legacy.
Okay.
So I guess I am looking at time in terms of a linear construct. Like I got 5-year plans, 10-year plans. Like that's where I'm at with it now. It's like I said to myself when I turn 40, I'm gonna have the greatest 10-year run ever. You know what I mean? Like, and ever since I said that, it's been coming to fruition.
Would it be an issue if whatever's in your 5-10-year plan happened at 15 years?
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
That's cool.
So to me, I don't think you see it as linear then.
Right.
I think you see it as all encompassing.
Right.
Your old self back then, your self today, that future self that accomplishes what you want to do in 5, 10, if it's 15 years, it's still okay with you. Right. I think a lot of people give up. I kind of what I'm getting back to is like, oh, I didn't hit it at 40, it's over.
Right.
To me, that ain't how time works unless you mark it that way.
And that's what I try to tell kids. And that's why the data on Generation Z and the younger generations is so dire. It's because they feel like if they haven't reached a certain level of success or the pinnacle of success by like 25, they're done. I had a kid tell me last year, she was like, man, if I ain't got no money by the time I'm 23, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I'm like, bro, do you understand how young 23 is, baby? You
too young.
You ain't gonna have nothing figured out at 23.
Right.
I know folks who ain't got it figured out at 43. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta live, that's what I be saying, you gotta live life. You just gotta keep going. You know what I mean? I learned that watching my father. I seen he had peaks and valleys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He had a period where he was just like kind of cruising. He didn't know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, at 78, 79, he living his best life.
Mm-hmm.
Best life, brother. You know what I mean? You just got to keep going. You got to persevere. You got to push through because you don't know what's going to happen. And the people that was up right now, they may not be up 10 years from now. And you up.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's what I've been trying to tell folks who, all this, we talked about this before, all this talk about peaking in high school and peaking in college. Everybody peaks at some point. It's peaks and valleys.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And a lot of folks who be talking about that peaking, they ain't never peaked, period. They ain't did nothing. They just mad that you down now. No, let me rephrase that. They happy you down now. They mad they never even peaked. They ain't even see their full potential yet.
Do you think people want to see their full potential?
Most of them, no, they don't.
I don't think so either.
That's why I shout out the folks who went hard, who got state championships in high school, who was the man in high school. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, you was that guy. Like, shit happened though. I don't look down on folks who peak. Shit, life be happening. But I've also seen them type of niggas bounce back.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think for some people, because even our whole generation is big on looking back, nostalgia. So imagine you were able to look back and you were that man.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. Like, I don't judge it either. I think I like when people be like, man, he was a 5-star athlete.
Right.
Like, that was up for his life.
Have you ever been at the top of your game or something?
Right.
9 times out of 10, no. That's why I say I'd rather been a has-been than a never was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of folks that are never wers. Like, you ain't never reached the pinnacle of nothing. Mm-hmm. They did it at 17, 15, 16. But you laughing at them. But you ain't even reached it at 25,
right.
30, 35. So everybody need to kind of step back and reevaluate and reassess what we really laughing at.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about people who are older attempting to do things that are typically reserved for when you're younger.
Yeah, that's what I call reverse peaking.
What if that could be considered? I'm living life again.
Nah, you should have did that when you was young. That's reverse peaking. Like the guy you was making fun of, he was doing that at 23, 24. Now you done quote unquote got your stuff together. Now you want to try to live like we did in 2004. That's over. I need you to embrace your role now as someone who is you ain't got to be a necessarily a leader of the community, but you got to be somebody of upstanding character. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? Like, you got to be somebody who is trying to lead the youth in the right direction. Okay. Like, you trying to be outside competing with them. That's over. Our cohort did that long ago. Now, I'm not saying you can't go out, have a good time and kick it and be with your partners, but it's folks doing this every weekend. Because you were lame back then. Now you want to be cool now.
That's a good point.
That's all I'm saying. I still go outside from time to time.
Absolutely.
I still kick it from time to time. I do what I got to do, but I'm more so focused on aging gracefully to an extent. You know what I mean? Like, I got kids who look up to me. I got young folks who look up to me. You feel what I'm saying? So I understand I am a role model. Whether I want to be or not, I am a role model. They look at me for guidance. They look at me for like, okay, what is he doing? You know, like, I had a kid tell me a few months ago, I saw him at the mall. He like, bro, hey man, let me tell you something. I got a family now. I'm working. Like, you don't understand. You was a big inspiration to me. I didn't even have him. He wasn't even in my class. Just seeing my presence in the school was like, bro, you don't understand. Like, you was a big inspiration. Like, I turned my life around because I saw you. Yeah. I didn't even know the cat like that. He said my name out. Yeah. So I understand, like, folks watching me at all times. You feel what I'm saying? So I have to be careful how I move and what I do. Because I take that role serious, brother. You know what I mean?
I had my cousin, he came by and saw me when I came back from, shout out, I was in Miami. He came and saw me when I touched back down. He's 60 years old.
Yeah.
So when I was he took my high school graduation pictures. So I guess at the time he would have been 36 or so. So he was a young guy. Now we're of age, now I'm 42, he's 60 or whatever. And I just told him, I was like, man, he was sitting right there. And I was like, man, I just really admired you because, like, I've seen you were one of the people, him, my big homie, shout out Hill. I was like, y'all the ones that showed me that you can still be yourself and get shit done. Yeah. And handle business. And, like, I've never forgotten that out of either of those two individuals because it's like, the way they always showed it, 40 years old, you Carl Winslow.
Right. Right, you Uncle Phil, dog. Like, you Uncle Phil, like
you corny. Like, you're not about to be nothing of nothing. And I'm like, these folks they not corny. They out here getting, you know what I'm saying? Cool. So it's like that really stuck with me early on because I met Hill when I was 23. Yeah. So I met these guys early on, and they just all can get your business done. You can age, right, and still be right there with it. Yeah. So that's why I always I don't look at time the way other people look at it. So I just want to get your thoughts on that, to be honest.
No, that's real, bro. Like, that's why I'm at with it. I ain't got to hit everything, when it's supposed to be hit. But at the same time, I'm going to hit something. Yeah. I'm gonna get one goal scratched off the list, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm just from that era, man. Like, my grandma from the silent generation, man. So when I was born, she was 54. She was already a seasoned grandmama. You know what I mean? So I say that to say, people from the silent generation, they age very gracefully. Like, they didn't push the process away. It was what it was. Like,
I think they took it on too early.
You think so? They had to. They had to. They had to because my grandma was raising, her mom passed away when she was 14, 15. So her and her older brother was raising the family. That happened often. She had my great grandmother had an aneurysm. You know what I'm saying? All that stress going on back then. Yeah. Like, then our great grandfather, he was murdered. You know what I'm saying? So it was like they had to raise their families. That happened a lot though back then. You feel what I'm saying? So, but she aged gracefully, bro. She was just like, "It's my role. I'm a grandma. This is what I do." Like, so that's the era I'm from, bro. Like, like I said, I still have a good time. I still do what I do, bro. But it's like, we got another generation to bring up. It's
absolutely.
On us.
I care. I will say this. I do. I think one of my strengths is I'm really, the way that I look at time is, to me, it's the same me because I never lost myself.
Yeah.
So like, I always look back and be like, would I have done something different? And I honestly have to say no. Like, I don't have another answer because I've always been in every moment that I live.
Right.
And I didn't realize at the time what it is, but I understand, like, when they say the present is the gift.
Yeah.
That's really it, because the future hadn't happened.
And the past already.
The past. Yeah. And like, a lot of people be like, oh yeah, 40-something. Oh, you old now. But it's like, if you really think about this, you didn't have control of your own life for 18 years.
Yeah.
Add another 18, you 36. I mean, that's like saying that you got all your adult brain at 18, which you don't.
You don't. Not so, about 25.
So now you're 25.
Yeah.
So now you're talking, okay, I'm 42. That's 17.
17. Yeah.
As an adult, that ain't old.
That ain't old.
So
that ain't old at all.
I look at it like, I understand it's too old to be doing some childish shit, but like, I'm right here with it, dog.
Yeah.
I ain't never lost myself, and just seeing how those gentlemen aged, I just don't ever see them. I told him, I said, I don't see myself ever changing.
Me either. That's where the video game thing came from. Like, I ain't gonna stop doing none of that stuff. I'm still gonna be out here doing my thing.
Because everybody that end up changing, they be looking to me.
Yo,
however y'all want to live, that's cool. But I never saw that for myself.
Right. Like you said, either they too young or like, gave up. You got bad knees already.
Because I think a lot of them, I don't say a lot, but I think people have that mindset of, like you said, the silent generation, of where it's, this what I'm supposed to be doing now. And I just like, I got to define that for myself.
Right.
And until it feel like that's what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be dressing like this.
I'm gonna take care of myself.
And I'm gonna do music. I'm gonna do me. Like, I just don't feel like I got it. I tell you, my biggest fear was that I was gonna be a deacon in the church.
Hey,
that scares.
That's some real shit.
That's a real fright. That was at a time, because that was before I knew that you could break away and still be spiritual and all that. I was like, I'm gonna be a fucking deacon.
But see, you made a good point about generational aging. We define how our generation looks at 43. We define how our generation looks at 50, 60. We use markers, Gen X. What they doing? Okay, Hill, my boy doing his thing. Mm-hmm. The guy you told the photographer, I want to be like
Shout out Bobo.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then hopefully, my students and people that look at us like, man, he was 43, but somebody was cool.
Yeah.
I want to, kind of model myself after that and do my own thing. So we got cultural markers that we can look at and say, all right, you know what? We ain't got to be old and decrepit at 43 and still hold a responsible role in the community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We define how we look.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my teeth straight. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna age.
Got all my back teeth.
I got all my back teeth. All 32. You know what I'm saying? Because some of them, boy, woo,
man.
I done seen like 3 or 4 back teeth.
But I feel like, again, I think a lot of them is because people thought that at this point it's supposed to be over.
No, it's not.
And then they realize it ain't, and then
you behind.
Yeah.
I saw a guy make a video. He was like, bro, he's like, I wish I would have known this sooner, man, but I'm 40-something now. I done gained a lot of weight. It's hard. Like, girls don't even look at me no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
But now you could go back, go to the gym, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can get back, but yeah. He realized, like, it's hard to turn back the hands of time.
Yeah, I myself included. I was going down a bad path.
Yeah.
And I was just getting old. I'm like, it's only going to get worse.
You got to do something.
Let me stop.
And that's the power, though. when you realize, it's like, I can take control of the situation.
Yeah. And when you realize you're the only person that can.
That's what I would tell my younger self.
That's it.